Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another LEGO Train MOC Showcase video. This is for another custom locomotive in the TLR class, and this is an 082 heavy freight tank engine. This looks strong and beefy. This is a very cool design, and I think that's mainly because I'm using yellow and dark grey, a colour scheme I don't remember using before. Yellow I have for Stevenson's Champion and Sunset, but never in combination with dark grey. I think this looks really good here, and the overall design is a bit interesting, not quite what I was hoping for, but nonetheless, it's here to stay and it looks amazing. As always, we start with the front, and it is hopefully easier to see. I didn't put the torch on this time because there's a lot of yellow and dark grey. It's not exactly black. But, you know, just for the sake of this bit, I'll turn it this way. So, yeah. We have black buffers, trying to go for that industrial, sort of no-nonsense, hard-working, heavy-lifting sort of look. I think those black buffers work really well on a dark grey base there. And the fact that I'm only using black for the wheels, the buffers, and the smoke box is a good thing. Whilst it's kind of a main colour to use when it comes to building locomotives, it's not something that you should use all the time. I want to be able to build more locomotives in the future with a minimal amount of black parts. And there was one time where I was able to do that with Blue Guardian when it first became a quadruplex. It was blue and dark grey, and that was pretty much it. Next to no black bricks, which was a good thing because I can use those for other models, but it also allowed me to use a different colour scheme. So why did I choose yellow? So again, yellow was a colour I haven't really played around with before, and the idea of using yellow in combination with dark grey was appealing to me. Yellow is a nice bright colour, it stands out, and uninvertedly, with the whole heavy, sort of heavy-duty industrial sort of theme I had for this, that yellow kind of reminds me of like a construction site. When you look at the LEGO City construction sets, they always have lots of yellow on them. So yeah, that's where this would kind of sit in. The boiler is kind of weird in a way, where you got this front section which is somewhat round, then you get to this very squared chunky section with some curved bits on top. Ultimately, I think that's a good thing because we've got plenty of different shapes there. There's lots to play around with, and yeah, it's a custom locomotive, so I can even just say, you know, that's how I want it to be. The cab area as well is interesting. The guy inside only just fits, even though I think there's a gap in the center where you can actually fit his hat. And it is elevated on this tile, not this one. That is because of the wheel arrangement. The original plan was to just have these 8 drive wheels. I had plenty of medium-sized drive wheels left over, so I thought, yep, time to make a tank engine. But sadly, I ended up, I don't know how this even led to this, but I've got this set of small wheels on the back as well. I don't think that was ever intentional. I didn't have a plan to use these at all. But I thought, you know what, just for the sake of the whole length of it, let's just add these in and see what I can do. And even after testing, it stuck around where I didn't want it to, but it's a bit late now. I've got them part of the tank engine. So yeah, that's what it looks like underneath, by the way. Something I probably should do more often, so people get an idea of how I'm building my articulation points. So you can see where it is, and the wheels are actually really far apart. Those tiny wheels are actually almost right at the back. And that's the annoying thing about this build. It's so far at the back, but it has to be there for it to go around points and corners, which is annoying because, again, it just looks weird. Just ignoring that for a moment, I think that on its own looks brilliant. Oh, it's like having an ear piercing only on one ear. It's like, ugh, it's weird. Anyway, overall, yes, I think this is a nice looking engine. It's a very strong looking engine. I do like the drive wheels. There's no piston rod, well there is. There's no external cylinder detail. Tank engines, from what I understand, mostly have an internal cylinder detail, so that's how I get away with it. And even then, for something that looks like this, it's nice to just see the wheels connected and nothing more. Nothing really messy going on there. And yeah, just personal preference. I did also decide to go with light grey for the piston rods because using black pieces was definitely an option, but because I go through so many of them, I didn't want to have to go on Bricklink and buy some more just to stock up. I have plenty of these light grey ones for the side, so I thought, yeah, let's just use the light grey ones. Let's have a look inside the cab, because I actually missed that earlier. Yeah, it is hollow on the inside. He's got room for his head. Just before we do, we have doors on the side, which is very good. Both sides, obviously. There we go. Now then, have a good look inside. Well, I say let's get a good look inside, but it's very cramped in there. Let's get the driver out first of all. So, of course, we have the basic control panel. A small hole underneath to act as the what would you call it? The firebox? Oh, my brain stopped working. You know, where you shovel the coal, basically. We have these small 1x2 Technic bricks to act as the windows. These are the same bricks I use to hold the cross axles for the wheels. But these are very good for tank engines in particular. This is the same design I've used for my Thomas the Tank Engine model to make the wheels happen. So yeah, it's definitely a good idea. But you just need to make sure you're okay with the fact that they are tiny holes. But it's a natural look, and that's what I like the most. The coal bed is tiny, but we do actually have some coal pieces in there. I completely forgot they were in there, but you know what? That's a good thing. Look at that. Yeah, so they are just 1x1 round black pieces to act as coal, and I think it's a good idea. Alright, we've got a mini... actually, I think I need to move him forward one, so his hat fits in. There we go. On there. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Close the doors, and there we go. So yeah, this is my heavy freight tank engine. That's the idea I have for this. This could be used for passengers, it could be used for freight, it could be used for anything because it's a custom engine. It can be used for whatever I want it to be used for. But I just see this working so well with freight. Like a long line of empty trucks being sent to the quarry, massive trucks full of stone coming back, you know, it's really cool. I like that picture. This was actually inspired by the character Samson from the Thomas series. Samson is described as a very strong tank engine, so that's where that idea kind of comes from. I think translating that to this model worked very well. This is definitely a strong looking tank engine. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.